Breaking news, Nigerians. Governor Hope Uzodinma in trouble. Everywhere don't scatter. As organized labor set to shut down Imo State, disconnect power supply and stop flight in and out. Hey, interesting. They say this one na double trouble. The Nigerian Labour Congress, NLC, and Trade Union Congress, TUC, have resolved to withdraw services and shut down Imo State starting from Tuesday midnight. The unions made the resolution at the end of the Joint National Executive Council meeting, NEC, of the NLC and TUC held on Tuesday. In a communique issued at the end of the meeting, signed by the NLC Deputy President, Comrade Adeyoju, and TUC President, Comrade Festus Osifo, the leadership of the union said all workers and affiliates are expected to ensure compliance wherever they are. The communique reads in part, consequently, the NLC, TUC, NEC in section resolved as follows: to order the immediate withdrawal of service and shutdown of Imo State beginning midnight today. All workers and affiliates are expected to ensure compliance from wherever they are, all flights into and out of Imo State, fuel supplies and electricity be stopped immediately. As applicable, all public and private sector workers are immediately down tools indefinitely. That if our demands are still unmet, workers all over the Federation shall join in withdrawing their service by midnight today, the 4th of November. The 4th of November 2023. All state council of NLC and TUC and affiliates are by this resolution mandated to ensure full compliance with NLC decision. The meeting was converged to conduct a comprehensive review of the progress made in executing its directive to initiate an industrial action in Imo State. The decision was prompted by a series of infractions and encroachments on the rights of workers within the state, the communique said. It further said, during the meeting, the council deliberated on the distressing incident involving the abduction and assault of the NLC president, Comrade Joe Ajaro. Additionally, the council addressed the appalling act of violence and bloodshed inflicted upon him and fellow workers who had assembled at the NLC Imo State Secretariat in compliance with the directive on Imo State. These acts were perpetrated by the Imo State government, acting under the guidance of the governor of Imo State, Hope Uzodinma, and in collaboration with the Nigerian police. The joint NEC in session unanimously condemned in very strong terms the brutal and beastly actions of Hope Uzodinma, his guns, and the Nigerian police. The leadership of the unions lamented that the Imo State government had repeatedly reneged on agreements, most notably the accord reached on January 19, 2021 between the government and the organized labor. It also lamented as follows: outstanding salary arrears. Shortly, some workers have been subjected to a staggering 20 months of unpaid salaries under the unfounded label of ghost workers. Unjust declaration of workers as ghost workers. Approximately 11,000 hard-working individuals have been unjustly branded as ghost workers, their salaries diverted even when they diligently carried out their duties. Vandalization of NLC State Secretariat. The wanton destruction of the NLC State Secretariat is a blatant attack on the right of workers and the violation of the scrutiny of their representative body. Implementation of discriminatory pay. The introduction of this discriminatory pay practice and the imposition of apartheid-like policies in determining monthly payments in an affront to fair labor practices. Unsettled gratuity areas. The government has failed to address the 8 years backlog of gratuity owed to retirees, showing a grave disregard for the rights of those who have dedicated their careers in service. Non-compliance with the national minimum wage. The government has persistently stringed its duty to properly implement the 30,000 naira national minimum wage, a critical safeguard for the economic well-being of workers. Intimidation and harassment of trade union leaders. The government's witch-hunt against trade union leaders through various guise constitutes an alarming assault on the right to represent and advocate for the rights of workers. Use of violence and trickery, the continued deployment of thugs and violence against workers and their leaders is an unacceptable practice that undermines the democratic rights of workers. Misappropriation of union dues. The impediment and illegal diversion of union dues, funds rightly belonging to the unions, is a gross violation of the right of workers to manage their collective resources. Declaration of pensioners as ghosts. Approximately 10,000 pensioners have been wrongly labeled as ghosts. Pensioners resulting in over 22 months of unpaid pensions, tragically leading to the loss of lives. Systematic harassment and intimidation of workers. The entire workforce is constantly subjected to threats of violence and sack, creating an environment of fear and uncertainty. Resistance to social dialogue and collective bargaining. The government persistent resistance to the use of the instrument of social dialogue and collective bargaining to an affront to the principles of fair labor practices. Interference with workers' democratic processes. The violent interference and disruption of the Imo State Delegate Conference demonstrates a blatant attempt to impose favored candidates on the workers, undermining their democratic rights. So guys, you've all heard it now. You know, some people can mislead people. Well, that is what the governor said, that the Labour Party president, he's meddling in the Imo State politics, and that was why he attacked him. He intervened by attacking him by police. What they are even talking right now is not even now. This man became the president of NLC by February. You understand? But the issue on ground is since 2021. So the matter has been there since when he entered office. See all these things, you don't pay workers, this and this and that. And now you don't ginger your swagger now to come back again. When I'm saying that these people, they don't care about Nigerians, it's just only about them. Well, make a manage waiting day grant. So guys, let's hear from you. Kindly share your thoughts below the comment section.